Good evening, Internet. It is I, the Real Shroom. Tonight I'm heading into MTG Arena to play some standard. Duskmourn House of Horrors has just been released, and there's a lot of wackiness going on, but we're just going to play the most overpowered creatures in standard that we can. What do I mean by that? Let's take a look. So our creatures are overpowered, meaning that our 1-drops have 2 power, our 2-drops have 3 power, and our 3-drops have 4 powers. All of our creatures are punching above their weight. They are packing a higher power than you would think would be warranted by their mana value. So standard is loaded with tons of Savannah Lions, and of course we want those in our overpowered deck. We're playing a total of 8 of them. Veteran Survivor comes from Duskmourn. It's a 2/1. At the beginning of our second main phase, if it's tapped, exile one target creature from a graveyard, and as long as there are 3 or more cards exiled with it, it gets +3/+3 and has hexproof. So this is a 1-drop that can turn into a 5/4 hexproof creature. I'll take it. And you know, it's a Savannah Lion, so it hits for 2 damage each time. It presents a fast clock if it's not dealt with. So we are definitely including that as one of our 1-drops. The other 1-drop we're playing is Pawpatch Recruit. It has Offspring 2, so when it ETBs, I can pay 2 to make a 1/1 copy of it. It's a 2/1 trample. Whenever a creature becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control other than that creature. So as our opponent attempts to remove our creatures, the Pawpatch actually makes our other stuff bigger, which is awesome, because that's going to happen a lot when you have overpowered creatures like ours. People are going to try to remove them, and as they do, they will just keep, the ones that survive will just keep growing because of our Pawpatch. At the 2-drop slot, we're just running the Mosswood Dreadknight. You know this card. It's very, very good. It's 3/2 for 2. But perhaps more importantly, it has the adventure side that lets us draw a card and lose a life. And when it dies, it goes. We can play the adventure side from our graveyard, and then subsequently play the Mosswood Dreadknight as well. So it's a 3/2 that just keeps coming back. 3/2 trample that keeps coming back and serves as a a card filtering piece with its adventure side, which is awesome. And then at the 4 power slot, we're playing a bunch of 4. At the 3-drop slot, 4 power slot, I call it, because there's so many 4 power creatures here. We're playing a bunch of 4 power creatures, including Bloated Contaminator as a complete playset. 4/4 trample for 3 mana is awesome. We're playing a couple of Llanowar Greenwidows, which are 4/3 reach tramples for 3 mana. Theoretically can be cast again from our graveyard, but that probably won't happen very much. And we're playing the full playset of Outcaster Trailblazers, which we can plot for 3. I don't know when we would do this, but it is something that we can do. It's a 4/2. When it enters, we can add 1 mana of any color, which can be kind of cool because we are playing 8 1-drops. So on turn 3, we can just cast this Trailblazer, make a white mana and cast a Veteran Survivor, or make a green mana and cast a Pawpatch Recruit. So that's really awesome. And then whenever another creature we control with power 4 or greater enters, draw a card, of which there are, there's a lot of them. There's a total of, 10 creatures that can trigger this. But perhaps most importantly to our deck, it's just a 4-power creature for 3 mana. It is overpowered for its mana value. And then, well, I mean, these overpowered creatures, they all have small toughness, so they're very easy to block and kill, right? Well, that's what we're playing a bunch of removal for, so that we can make sure that our attacks get through, and our attacks are going to hurt. And we're Abzan, we're very good at removing creatures and other permanents. We have a couple of cast down, a couple of get lost, although I hate this card. I am playing it in this deck, which is a very fast deck. And 3 of go for the throat, as removal pieces. Also a 1 of Hunter's Talent can be a bite effect when each enters the battlefield. We can level it to 2 to get just a little bit of extra attacking power. We can level it to level 3 to eventually be able to draw us cards every turn, because we should have creatures with power 4 or greater on the battlefield pretty much at all times. Because of the other aspect of our deck, which is that our stuff is frustratingly, annoyingly hard to kill. So one advantage of having everything, all of your threats be 3 mana or less, is that you can play Helping Hand. It's just a 1 mana reanimation sorcery. Return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So 1 mana, we just get back our dude that just died. To the battlefield. We don't have to take it back to our hand and recast it. Very efficient, very good. We also are playing the 2 of Not Dead After All, just as a way to, return our creature after a removal spell. It's a scam spell, so when our creature dies, it will just come back to the battlefield tapped with a roll token that gets it +1/+1 and makes it so that when it dies, each opponent loses 1 life. So This is yet again another 1 mana way to save our creature, actually increase its power and toughness, which is awesome, and make it so that it pings when it dies, which is very, very good. And then we're playing the 2 of Surge of Salvation in the main. I'm just a fan of this card. It has definite, like, Veil of Summer kind of vibes, makes us and our permanents hexproof to the end of the turn, also can create exquisite blowouts against red aggressive decks. When we block with our creatures, they load up their, combat tricks and whatnot, their monstrous rages, and then we just Surge of Salvation. Our creature survives, their creature dies. It's very good when that happens. And then we have one other creature who is not 4 power, unfortunately. Only a 3/3 for 3, but that is Zoraline, 3/3 Flying Vigilance. When a bat we control attacks, we gain a life. That'll be a little bit of life. But most importantly, Zoraline is a way for us to reanimate our creatures. When it enters or attacks, we can pay a white and a black and 2 life. And when we do, we return a non-land permanent card with mana value 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. So this recycles all of every other creature in our deck that is in our graveyard can be recycled by Zoraline, put right back on the battlefield where it can proceed to, again, attack for 4 damage, and eventually that's going to lead to our opponent dying. There are a total of 23 lands in our deck. We want our mana to enter untapped in the early turn, so we're playing all of the fast lands, one of each of the Surveil lands, and a couple of demolition fields. The sideboard contains another Cut Down and another Go for the Throats for a little bit of extra removal against mid-rangey decks or aggro decks. And additionally, a Not On My Watch as more removal against mid-range decks. It's good against, like, Ecclesots. A lot of decks play that card. Hopefully they won't be able to against us. But if they do, we'll just exile it when it attacks us. Not have to worry about it anymore. We're playing a 4 of Duress against those control and combo decks. We're playing Surge of Salvation number 3 in the sideboard for, aggressive decks, the red decks, and against control decks too. They're packing those Get Lost. They're packing all those removal spells. So Surge of Salvation is a way to blank those and keep our creatures on the battlefield. A couple of Doorkeeper Thralls. I really like to include this effect in white decks to shut down ETB triggers. A couple of Pick Your Poisons against artifacts and enchantments. Also against flying creatures. There's quite a few Reanimator decks going on in Standard, and they want to reanimate that new ridiculous 9/9 demon that's like, they're trying to make something better than Atraxa as a reanimation target, I guess. I'm not sure that it is, but anyway, Pick Your Poison hits those artifacts, enchantments, and flying creatures. A couple of Soul Guide Lanterns for graveyards, and 1 Lorn of the Third Path as an additional piece against artifacts and enchantments. So that is the plan. We're going to hit early, we're going to hit often, we're going to hit hard. All of our creatures punching above their weight, getting in with that high power, getting through their attacks with all of our removal in our Abzan colors. And they will just frustratingly refuse to die. They will just keep coming back to the battlefield with our Zoraline, with our Scam effects, and with our Surge of Salvation to protect them. So that's the plan. Can it work in a crazy, Duskmourn Standard? I haven't played that much Duskmourn so far, but looks like reanimation is a good thing. There's a lot of weird stuff happening. So let's see if we can get some wins on the ladder. And if you like off-meta, off-kilter MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Candyman will be our first opponent, playing our overpowered creatures. Will be on the play. And yeah, we've got a Pawpatch. We'll need to find land number 3, but we'll find it. We are a 23 land deck, which is enough. Our average mana value is like less than 2, so 23 lands really is enough, especially since we have the Mosswood Dreadknights to like draw additional cards for us. Alright, something is it. Let's play our Concealed Courtyard and pass. Hidden Grotto. Okay, they might be a graveyard deck. Bonnie Paul. Yeah, I'm gonna guess they're a graveyard deck. Alright, let's play our Greenwidow. I'd rather have this die than the Bloated Contaminator. Hey, what's up, Phaeton? How you doing? Alright, opponent just passes with 3 open mana. Well, I think that we attack. They just take 6. Cool. Well, standard on Arena is a good place to be in Magic right now. It's fun. Okay, so the question is, do we play another 3-drop? I think we'll play Bloaty. So they are actually dead on board. Do you have a decent fairy deck? Is it a standard deck? Okay, opponent's just passing. And they die. Okay, so they're Grixis. They seem a little bit control-y. So I'm gonna bring in some duress. Do I want to bring in all 4 duress? I'll probably just bring in a couple and maybe shave a little bit of removal. Because there might have creatures, I'm just not really sure what's going on. You know, you can cycle your quest, one of your quests, every day. So if there's a quest that you don't like, this is going to be a mulligan because I can't cast anything. You can click on it to just roll a new quest. Okay, this is a little creature light, but I'm going to keep. And bottom caves. You can re-roll one of your quests every day. But if you don't want to play decks that are of other colors, like, you're just not going to be able to get all of your quests every single day. Unfortunately. There's a Haywire Mite. Okay, let's go ahead and attack. We don't really mind if our stuff dies too much. It's fine, we'll trade for the Might. They do gain 2 life. Let's duress. Alright, they brought in all the sweepers. We'll take their reanimation spell. Their sweepers are going to be annoying. It's just that they're way outside of your playstyle and you don't have a clue how to make a decent deck. You know, like, Arena comes with some starting decks that are kind of janky, but they're not a bad place. Or if you just want something to play that, like, just to gain gold for quests. Okay, our opponent is stuck on mana. We'll draw a card. And we'll play Razorverge Thickets. Yeah. Rerolling is a thing you can do once a day. Okay, so how do we play around all of these sweepers? They have no blue mana either. So I think I'll just play... Does this exile? No, it doesn't. So I'll play my Dreadknight. And a tap land. They have a Nissa. Okay, they are going to sweep just to take my Dreadknights. Alright, let's draw a card. Play the Dreadknight again. I should have played a 4-power guy there, because take advantage of them not having blue mana. Okay. Yeah, the best thing to do to get to the point where you have more cards, I think, is just play their janky decks. I know it's not the deck that you want. You want to play your fairy deck. But just play the janky decks, you know, not in ranked matches, to get the gold so that you can use those to improve the decks that you actually like. So... draw 2 cards. How much do I want to commit? I think I'll play one of my 4-power creatures. And I wonder if they have any creatures at all, so I'll just play my Hunter's Talents. Just use their janky decks to gain gold. You want us to exile a card, okay? I'll exile this Pawpatch, I guess. Alright, let's level up our thing. Let's level it up all the way so we start drawing cards. Make our land drop, draw a card. Yeah, eventually you might find if you do that, you know, play the janky MTG decks unranked, not on the ladder, so that you'll get easier matches, just so that you can, you know, get your gold and build up your fairy deck, and you might find that you actually enjoy the playstyle of some other colors. I'm also like a De Beer control. That's my kind of my main thing that I like to do. All right, well, we're winning just as is, so there's no need for us to commit anything else. Oh, we got a not dead after all. There's a greedy freebooter. Okay, opponent got a little color screwed, but you know, standard mana is bad. If you play a 3-color deck, you're taking a risk. Atomic Engineer is going to be our opponent. We'll be on the play. And this looks fine. We get a Surveil, we've got our colors, we've got 3 drops in interaction. Do we want land number 4? We probably do. Oh, they have like a possum wearing a cactus helmet. Nice. So let's go for our Blooming Marsh. Oblivious Bookworm. At the beginning of your end step, if you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Unless a permanent entered the battlefield face down under your control this turn. Alright, I think we'll just kill that for mana efficiency reasons. Alright, now we play our fast land, and we'll play our Trailblazer. And we have nothing to do with our extra mana, unfortunately. I guess that's one reason not to plot Trailblazer, is to make better use of its mana that it provides. Growing Dread. Manifest Dread. Alright, there's a Zoraline. Let's play our Llanowar Wastes. I probably want to destroy this enchantment, right? Yeah, so I think I'll play my Spider, draw a card. Let's attack. I don't want them flipping their stuff. Oh, I only get the extra mana when he enters the battlefield, so... Okay, they just take it. So let's play our Pawpatch. More growing dread. It's pretty dreadful. And they scoop? Well. Okay. Let's go for pick your poison. Cut down Lauren. Mosswood's honestly like the most unexciting card in the deck. Cut a spider. Maybe Surge of Salvation. There's Simic. They might have some bounce effects, but not too worried about that. Alright, opening hand looks very good. You get a Surveil. We have removal. Blooming Marsh. Yeah, we want land number 4 eventually. Might as well get it now. Alright. So let's play Blooming Marsh. Draw a card. You're having an issue with drawing. You know, having the right number of lands in your deck is something that's a very important part of deck construction. So if you're having that happen consistently, where you're either getting too many or not enough, you probably don't have the right number of lands in your deck. When it attacks Manifest Dread. It's a 3/3. Alright. I think I'll just play my 4/4 and try to block it. Well, 24 is sort of like the standard that you'll hear is like the correct number of lands, but it's not always. It really depends on like how expensive your spells are. So, there's a very good video that I watch a lot as a sort of guide to like how many lands to put into my deck. If you just search on YouTube MTG Goldfish, you've probably heard of that site. Discard a card unless permanent enter the battlefield face down under your control. Okay. So they just straight up got to draw 2 cards. That's not bad. Alright, let's attack with Bloaty. If you just search MTG Goldfish, how many lands, there's a video that will come up, Brewer's Minute, that they did quite a while back. There's a chart, like, near the end of it, that, it's based on the average mana value of your deck. So whatever deck builder you're using, it should tell you what the average mana value of all your cards is. And the correct number of lands that you play should be based on that. Okay, so I think we want to... Do we want to kill one of these guys? Kill this thing? I think we want to kill their Manifested Dread thing, so they don't draw cards. So let's add a black. Kill that thing. There's the growing dread. Tunnel tipster. Sheesh, they're just racking up cards. Okay. Interesting. These guys are pretty good. So I think I'll attack. Okay, so we trade. They take 4. So let's play Zoraline. Oh, I only have 1 white source, so I wasn't able to play a white drop, 1 drop as well. And they scoop, because I'm going to be able to keep recycling my graveyard with Zoraline. They have, like, no interaction or removal, I guess? Interesting. Nice little engine they had, though. Clyden will be our opponent in round 3. Well, we don't have green mana, but we get a Surveil and we get to Dread Whispers, so this is definitely a keep. We also don't have any removal, which is slightly concerning. Pawpatch. I think we have to bin that, unfortunately. We can get it back. Yep, here comes the bat. They took our Dreadknight. Alright, so we'll go Concealed Courtyard. We'll reveal our draw for the turn, unfortunately. Preacher of the Schism. Why was this card printed? Another veteran survivor. Alright. Well, we didn't draw green mana again. So I think I'm going to play veteran survivor and double block if they attack with the preacher. Blossoming Tortoise. So they're like a lands attack deck also. It's pretty annoying. Alright, well, we're definitely blocking this preacher. Alright, we draw a tapped green source. I don't think I play Zoraline, because I think it'll just die. Okay, let's let them get their attack trigger off the tortoise before we kill the cottage. I don't know if we get priority back. We do. I mean, they're just going to be able to get it back on their next turn anyway, so... It's looking bad. Kind of got color screwed. What do we want? Green mana. Maybe I should have grabbed my planes there so that I could have had that up. Okay. Alright. So let's play Bloaty. Let's not tap our mana like an idiot. Bitter Triumph. Well, we'll stop that one. They have a second removal spell. Not too surprising. Standard Golgari mid-range. All the creature lands. Okay. Play a spider. Alright. Well, we got a little too far behind here. Unfortunately, so we want Surge of Salvation number 3. We want Go for the Throat. Not on my watch. Do we want the Doorkeeper Thralls? Sure. Maybe some Duress too. That's a lot we're bringing in. Just kind of make some cuts. Shave a little bit across the board. See how that works. Well, I forgot to board in my Soul Guide Lanterns. That would have been really good to have. We'll keep. We have our colors at least this time. Here comes the bat. We'll go ahead and shut that down. I think I'll play a land and a Bloated Contaminator. Which they kill. It's okay, I've got another one. Huh? Bloating number 2. Liliana.
Enough with the mysteries. I've come for answers. I've always hated crowds.
Surge of Salvation right on time. Acklazotz.
You won't be outsmarting me.
We just draw land. Okay, GG's. That's about as good a draw as that deck can get. So, yeah. Alright, we're against Freya. Be on the play. And this hand looks fine. Another Outcaster. I think I'd rather find land number 3, so I'll bin that. Alright, we'll play our Trailblazer. Korean Beast Collar. When it dies, distributes X, where X is the number of +1/+. Okay, so it gives its counters away. We're not drawing creatures, which is unfortunate. So let's go ahead and do this. Kill that. It's going to give its counters. I think we'll wait. Because I've got the removal spells. And I don't have another creature. Another Wormlet. Alright, let's play Bloaty. Draw a card. Veteran Survivor. Let's kill this thing. Attack. Opponent's all in on the pinging deserts. I like that. Simian Simulacrum. I'll take 5. Okay. That thing can unearth. Let's attack. It unearths for 4. That's fine. Planes. We don't need another planes. I think we'll play a Survivor. Probably to chump block. I thought it was already at level 2. Okay. So we'll just level this. Say go. Alright, so let's kill this. Chump this. Go to 8. That gets exiled. Dreadknight. Let's draw a card. Play the Dreadknight. I think I'll level this up. I think I'll play the Dreadknight and pass. Steel Seraph. It's gonna give flying to its dude. Okay, that's bad. And I don't find the answer. Okay. So we just want the removal. Cut down, go for the throat. Pick your poison. Not on my watch. Doesn't seem like they're really targeting my stuff at all. Cut one Mosswood. Maybe a spider. Alright. We can keep this, I think. Let's draw a card. Bloaty. Ozolith. That's pretty scary. Alright, let's go for Bloaty. We unfortunately don't have a Get Lost. Okay. Let's play Hunter's Talents. Why did you tap both my black sources? Oh, you didn't. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and kill that thing. Thing becomes a 5/4. Alright, let's attack. We'll scam. Play another Bloaty. Alright, let's plus our class. Get in. For 10. Play our Trailblazer. We can't use the mana, unfortunately. And they scoop. Alright. I think I want Lauren and some duress. Nah, we don't need the duress. Just Lauren. Better than the Bloated Contaminators, because reach is relevant. Do we want Doorkeeper Thralls too? Yeah, we definitely do. Something like this. Hard. Okay, this is a keep. Play unranked, or like if you really want to cheese it and make sure you get those quests, get that gold, play it against Sparky. I wanted to get my 1-drop down. Warden of the Inner Sky. So now the question is, do I get down my green mana or keep up, go for the throat? I think I need to get my green mana. There's some question as to whether these should be in the deck at all. There's a total of 3. I think I want more threats here. Alright, let's attack. Oh, you don't get gold for playing Sparky? That's too bad. Alright. We'll go Pawpatch. Plus Veteran Survivor? Yeah. So I don't have a removal spell up. We'll see if that's a mistake. I got a lot of removal in my hand. Teething Wormlets. The Warden. When it dies, distribute X counters, where X is the number of counters on it. Any number of target creatures. Ah, that thing's really good. I think I'm just gonna take 4. Oh, that's a good draw. Alright, we're just in outrace mode here. You don't know what Sparky is? Oh, if you just play a bot match. So let's exile this guy. Go for the throats. Ugh. What a terrible draw we've gotten. Let's just attack like this. Kill that. No, let's exile the unearthed creature. I almost made a terrible mistake there. Okay. If you just go to find match, you know, like the matchmaking thing, and just select a bot match. That's Sparky. Okay, they just pass. Well, let's see what happens when we try this. Killing ourselves with our pain lands. Snakeskin Veil would be pretty bad. Okay. Well, we're gonna block. We trade. Okay. Let's just play a 4-2. I'm not gonna go for the throat the Warden. Maybe I should. Yeah, why not? It's mana efficient. Oh, there's a Beast Collar. We're not good at drawing threats. Yes, if your deck cannot beat Sparky, you have serious problems. They have 2 of these creature lands I have to keep in mind. I should probably just destroy those before I forget they're there. Maybe get a swamp so I don't have to keep pinging myself for all these black spells. Of course, it tapped my demolition field to do this. Oh. What happened to my swamp? Oh, I binned it. Very early on. Okay. Alright, I need to draw some creatures, please. We'll take it. Offspring. Warden. Alright, let's attack. They take it. Floaty. Not dead after all is a good draw. Attack. They take it. Another warden. And they scoop. Alright. Grindy match, but we got there. Cool deck from our opponent. That's that's a little scary. That's a lot of counters. We're against Giraffe. With some OP creatures. Our creatures are so OP. Creatures? What are those? I think I'll keep this though. We'll draw creatures. We got good interaction. Alright. It's gonna be some kind of spellstormy Otter deck. Alright, we just gotta kill otters. They draw 3 cards, we draw lands. I guess we'll do this Razor Verge Thicket. I mean, they're both, either one is going to come into play tapped. We don't need more land, thank you. Get lost. I would like a creature, please. Questing Druid. And let's get rid of this enchantment. Before they get value. Alright, we drew a creature. That guy. Another flood collar. We'll protect our spider. Take that hit. Okay. So let's bite that guy. Level up our thing. Kill that thing. Attack for 5. There's the Questing Druid. Get lost. Alright, let's fully level up our class. Okay. Do we kill the questing druid? Probably, right? Yeah, I guess so. Can't I draw some 4-power creatures, please? Enduring Vitality. Beating of Minds. Alright, let's draw a card. Play a spider. Play a Mosswood. Draw a card. More lands. Wow! We have drawn a lot of lands this game. We'll block so that we can recast our adventure. Alright, let's cast our adventure. Draw a card. Let's attack with our dude. They block. So that thing becomes an enchantment. It's so good. Those creatures are all very good. So we'll play our Tapland, and we'll play this guy. Play Mosswood. They kill our Trailblazer. Okay, they get back towards the tower. Let's play our Pawpatch with Offspring. Okay, we can actually get our spider back from the graveyard. Draw a card. Lodi. So now they're going to start spamming otters. Alright, let's draw a card. Let's attack with our stuff. I guess there was no need to attack with the 1/1. Okay, they take some damage. Play Bloaty. Play Dreadknight. Draw a card. Storm Slitter. Whenever you cast an inner sorcery, create a token that's a copy of it. Exile the next end step. What do we have in our graveyard? We don't have any creatures? Let's go here for the counter. For the +1/+0. My stuff is trampling. I think they're dead. Yep. Okay. So, I think we want... Our main board is pretty good against them. A little more removal wouldn't be too bad, like go for the throat. Doorkeeper Thrall. Duress is also not terrible. Lauren. They got a lot of one toughness, just 1/1s, so our 1-drops aren't the best. Our big stuff is where it's going to be at. In fact, maybe I want the cut downs also. We'll shave some of our 1-drops. I want to keep the survivors because they are a graveyard deck. Go to 2 Mosswoods. Cut 1 Outcast. Well, no black mana, but we've got good creatures, so I'll keep. We're on the draw. Hopefully we'll draw a black source in our first couple draws. Alright, we drew a 1-drop. That's nice. Opponent appears to be having mana trouble, maybe? Uh-oh. Kept a 1-lander. You sleight of handed too? Ooh, that's brutal. Well. Sorry, opponent. They discarded land? What? So they have land. That's not the issue. Alright. Kinda want to duress you. Alright, opponent just scooped. I don't know what's up with him. They clearly had more lands because they discarded to hand size and discarded one, but they just didn't want to play. They got beat down too hard. Our creatures are too overpowered. Paul Buffano is our opponent. We'll be on the play with a turn 1 1-drop. That's cool. We'll keep this. Alright, we get our Razor Verge Thicket. Get in for 2. Play our Surveil land. Another Pawpatch sounds good. Fabled Passage number 2. Alright, let's get in for 2. And then we can go Trailblazer. Alright, Golgari. Not too surprising. And we'll play a Pawpatch as well. That's pretty sweet when we can pull that off. Trailblazer into a 1-drop on turn 3. Overlord. Okay, so they have the Everywhere token, which is all land types. We're presenting a very fast clock, however. They are in fact dead next turn. Let's play Bloated. Play Surveil Land. I suppose I could have done this before. We'll keep it Get Lost. Another Overlord. It's a 6/5. We'll kill it and attack for lethal. Alright, so they are that kind of thing, huh? I don't know. Maybe just go for the throat? Not on my watch. Our big stuff. Cut down. And a Mosswood. And this hand looks pretty good. We'll keep. Again, go for a Pawpatch. Up the beanstalk. Okay. So they're most likely a sweeper deck. We'll go double 1-drop here. There's the Overlord, drawing a card, making their funky land. I think we'll go for the Outcaster. So, maybe I shouldn't have done that, because they could Sunfall now. Yeah, that'd be bad. I should have held that. Should have held back the Trailblazer. Sunfall, yep. Alright. Well, I don't know if we can beat that. Let's draw a card. Play these caves in our Mosswood. Archangel. Okay, so they're just a big mana, like, domain style deck. Surveil. Another Mosswood. I guess that's okay. Draw a card. Pass. Overlord. Okay, good enough for me. Well, we played right into the Sunfall, which was not good. So we want Duress for sure. Anything else that we want? Pick your poison. And Doorkeeper Thrall. What to cut? Cut a Zoraline. Yeah, they don't really kill stuff. They exile stuff. I think we cut the Zoralines. Another Mosswood. Hunter's talent isn't the best because they don't really have creatures. Yeah, I'm gonna go down to 6 1-drops. Try this. Well, this doesn't have duress or anything. It also doesn't have green mana. Is this a keepable draw? I don't think it is, actually. I do get a Veteran Survivor down turn 1, but I don't think it's good enough. Alright, well, this is pretty bad too, but I don't think we want to go to 5, so we'll keep bottom Razorverge Thicket. Alright, let's attack for 2. Let's draw a card. Duress. Okay, drawing a land would be sweet. Surge of Salvation. It's not a land. Alright. Because we didn't draw land, I think I'll play my Dreadknight to rest next turn. Yeah, that card is really good for Domain. Oh, I should have duressed first. I'm so dumb. I would have been able to hexify my dude. They have double white, so I guess temporary lockdown. Up the beanstalk, yeah. Again, we don't draw land. Alright, so our dude's gonna be hexproof now. Let's duress. Take the Sunfall. So they do have a Get Lost. They can't target my Veteran Survivor, but they could kill the Mosswood. The question is, do I pick your poison? No, I think I want to keep my Mosswood alive. Okay, there's land number 3. Get Lost. That's fine. Right? So they can hard cast Atraxa. So let's play our dude. Add green mana. Pick your poison. Make you sack an enchantment. Alright, here comes Atraxa, but they have to tap out to do it. And we have a removal spell, so I think that's GG's. We'll see. They made their land drop for turn. That is a handful of goodies. Okay. So, yeah. We kill this. That thing doesn't have lifelink. And we get in for lethal. Alright. We beat Domain. New and improved Domain with that everywhere dude. Those impending creatures are all pretty good. So, that was a 5-1 with our overpowered Abzan standard deck. And I think the deck is really good. It's quite relentless. You know, like, it hits hard. Every time a creature gets in for damage, that's a substantial chunk of damage because all of our creatures are punching above their weight. It's quite resilient, you know, because the creatures keep coming back. There's a lot of them, and they get good value. Mosswood Dreadknight, obviously, is just a very good card. But the Outcaster, you know, drawing us cards, just putting those cheap 4-power bodies on the battlefield over and over again, it actually works pretty well. 1-drops are great. We got to see the veteran survivor go off in that last game, becoming a 1-mana 5/4 hexproof, which is kind of nutty when that happens. Yeah, I think it can beat down pretty savagely. There could maybe be more 2-drops, and if you wanted to keep with the theme of the deck, there's tons of like 2-mana 3-power creatures. So I could see shaving a little bit of the interaction to go for some more 2-drops because you are a little lacking in that spot. But overall, I think the deck's quite good. It would be fun to build a version of this, and I might want to build this version at some point in the future. That like all it did was just continuously recur these 4-power 3-drops, and you know these other 1 and 2-drops as well. But primarily the 4-power 3-drops. So you would have like 4 Helping Hands, 4 Zoralines, you know, 4 Not Dead After Alls, and your method of interaction basically would be beating your opponent's creatures down in combat and just bringing your stuff back over and over again for an even more relentless, you know, grindy type playstyle. And if you went that way, you wouldn't have some of the draws that we had where we were light on creatures and couldn't find threats. You would just always have threats. It's also possible the deck should maybe have 22 lands instead of 23. I went with 23 because, you know, it's like mana value 1.9 or something, and that seems to be a good number. Because I hate getting mana screwed, but I think you might be able to get away with 22 lands if you include the, you know, the Surveil lands and the Mosswood Dreadknights that can help you find lands as well. But overall, yeah, I think the deck's sweet. I had a lot of fun with it. It's a fun deck to play. It's good against a lot of stuff, and it's pretty straightforward. You know, you just beat down with your big overpowered threats. It's overpowered. Anyway, I had a good time playing this deck. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below if you like overpowered off-meta MTG content, off-kilter content too. And I hope to see you next week in next week's MTG vid. Hope you have a good week. Take care.